Hey, what's up, guys? I'm RoberOnocle, or as you better know me, Rob, and I'm Mark.
I'm good.
And I'm here with my dad and my good friend Mark. How are you guys doing today?
No good.
Good. Yeah, doing good, doing good.
And I'm sorry, I kind of didn't expect you to just like shuffle around a little bit right there. You got me at the right moment, but we're here tonight to talk about. Wow, that's usually not how I. Anyway, we are here to talk about rewards in games, and yes, for the first time, we're actually gonna have a improv. I said an improv podcast. I know this is the improv is something we did more with out loud. Mark, are you okay?
I'm Coca-Cola went down the wrong side of
You need to drink some water for a moment. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'll mute my mic. Jesus.
a whole minute in, and it's already.
I'm good.
You're good. Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
I thought we were gonna have to do one of those disclaimers about technical difficulties or something.
Oh,
Due
man.
to the technical difficulties, we'll be back in a moment.
Not as bad as spilling freaking jam on your. Varen, what do you do in your own time? Okay.
Wow.
Well, we're getting off track.
Right.
Here. Uh, so tonight we are talking about rewards in video games, and this is the first improv podcast we're doing. It's actually something I probably really should have done a long time ago, but I don't know why we just never really got around to doing it because we have this format. But this night we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it like we do with the out loud thinking ones, and really it's something, like I said, something we should have done a long time ago. But I don't know why it took me over a year to finally do something like that. But regardless, we're gonna talk about some rewards. So as usual, I always start with the guest first tonight. So I guess we can start with something really simple. So just to put it simply, just asking, like Mark or Dad, who wants to go first? We didn't.
Titan goes first.
Okay. Oh yeah. By the way, guys, Mark refers to my pop over here as Titan. This is a thing, so get used to it because he's not gonna stop saying that.
He's
So,
just massive.
So Dad, we'll keep it. We'll just keep it a nice simple question just to kick it off for tonight. So a reward in a game, what is that to you?
Ooh, well, I suppose it should be something very sweet and fulfilling. Just as you go, I guess. I guess we can go different levels of it, but it's basically that prize in the cereal box, if you will, or whatever. But definitely something that's an asset to the game, and just very sweet and fulfilling once you get it.
Did you cut out, or you just?
Oh, no! I think that was it. I mean, I didn't know if did you want specific, like what reward do I like, or so
In
forth.
a case like this, like since it's an improv podcast, you can stretch in any direction you want. And then, if you guys, so we want to comment on that, we can do that.
Okay. Well, let's see here. Well, to me, like, I guess when I look at games like, what's the one, Just Cause, Golden Pistols was a reward. When we look at games like Borderlands 2, when we level up and find those rare items, legendaries, those are good rewards to me. So I guess it's just a game by game thing that I look at, but basically something sweet and something worthwhile. You know, uh, just not that we don't. I prefer not to have it as a consolation prize. I just want something good that you got to kind of dig for, build up to, but it should be something very rewarding though.
Yeah, nothing like you died like 50 times. Here's a legendary, or anything like that. You
Right,
don't want anything like that.
right.
That would. I don't know. That would just rub me the wrong way. It's like now it's just like you're calling me handicapped. I'm like I don't appreciate that.
It's like it's still saying that you're a loser, but we're gonna give you this anyway. Like wait a minute, come on.
Right.
I'm capable. I am very much capable. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's a winner.
Yeah. Everybody deserves a trophy. Yep.
But
So
little
yeah,
do they
that
know that devalues the meaning of a trophy.
absolutely. But so yeah, that's my I guess long and short version of just just a reward in general, just something fulfilling.
Okay. Okay. Mark, got any thoughts on that?
A reward to me is something that is given to you after you like stressfully went through something and you actually like put your mind to it in a game. Like if it's like an actual really hard thing and you get something for it's something to strive for as a reward in the game. Um, to comment on like things given to you because you kind of you're messing up a little bit. Like hmm. Okay, let's go old school. Call of Duty. Remember those rewards you got for dying so many times? Like
who are those like yeah, they give you like little like I don't want to say they're like
Trophies.
medals, but they're kind of like it's really I
it's
can't
like a
find
it's like a kill streak, but it's a death streak. Like you've died so many times without killing anybody. I'll give you this. That's like the equivalent of me throwing a bowling ball, getting gutter, and then the guy that's running the counter comes up to me, pulls up the gutter stings, and then gives me like a little ramp for me to roll my ball down. I'm just like, what? Okay, one gutter ball, jeez. But yeah, I also do appreciate like the random rewards because it's just it's just like wow, really? Um, like Borderlands 2 when they give you that like just a legendary that pops out of nowhere when you kill somebody. You're just like
and
what?
you're just like, oh, hey.
Like hey, it's like a just an unexpected. I'm trying to think of the word, but it's like an unexpected like just makes you happy out of nowhere. But yeah, but it
It's
is
definitely
very
different
nice.
from like dying and like here's a legendary.
Yeah, and well, yeah,
You
exactly.
you incapable freak,
Wow. Wow.
Jeez, dude.
That's what it feels like. Let's be honest. When a game just straight up hands it to you because they know you suck, like I don't know, it just
Right.
I don't know, makes me a little sad.
But I think we all can agree on one thing. I completely hate things that are added to the game that like enhance it, but you bought it. Like in real life, like just add-ons that you can buy and then it rewards you for just putting more money into this game. I hate those.
Example.
Peacekeeper from Black
Black
Ops
Ops
2.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
That
Any
is
of
a
the
really good gun, actually.
Yeah, it is. Any of the Creation Club from Skyrim. If you don't know what the Creation Club is, it's just a club that creates like really cool items. But the thing is, you have to buy credits and use the credits to buy the items, and it's like ridiculously overpriced. Like it's like mobile game prices. I'm like, oh my god, like $14
Oh,
for
dude,
like
Call of Duty?
no Skyrim, the
Oh, my
Creation
bad,
Club.
Skyrim. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was still thinking about the Peacemaker, or was it Keeper or is it Maker? Peacekeeper, right?
Peacekeeper. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was just, actually, you made me think a bit about Black Ops 3. Because
Or wait,
Black Ops 3 is, oh,
I've never touched Black Ops 3, so I
mind
wouldn't
if I
know.
talk about that really brief? I'll let you get back to the
Yeah,
creation
go ahead.
thing. Yeah, okay.
Enlighten me, please.
So, oh man, I know you are gonna hate this, what I'm gonna say next. So,
Oh dear lord.
think of the Peacekeeper, right, from Black Ops 2. And
Yeah.
how it was a pretty dang good submachine gun. The
Hmm.
the the assault rifle submachine gun breed that they advertised it to be, which it kind of was, and it was
Yeah.
really good because of that. Now think of that, but they copy and pasted that mentality, that concept. They copy and pasted it in Black Ops 3, like let's say, including melee weapons, like 50 times. I'm not even joking.
Wait,
Like,
that's not exaggeration.
no, I mean, there's at least like a good 20 to 30 melee weapons in Black Ops 3.
Oh my god.
And from what I've heard, some of them actually are more effective than others. Because Black
Wow.
Ops 3, I don't know when exactly Call of Duty did it. For me, because I've only really messed with Black Ops, the melee got nerfed in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it takes 2 hits now to do it, so you don't like panic knife anymore. Actually, you don't even knife anymore. You gotta you not like Black Ops 2 where you could switch to a knife if you had no weapon there. You actually have to just equip a knife in Black Ops 3 now. Like, even if you don't have anything there, you just have your fists, which is totally useless. But you have to actually equip the knife. But so there's several melee weapons in that game. But I'm like, they copy and pasted it like 50 times.
That's
like,
ridiculous.
With like all these different weapons that are like clearly better and stronger than the other ones.
That's.
Yeah, I mean, well, some of them are some of them are I know some of the melee ones are kind of reskins sometimes, but I think like from what I have heard, I want to say some of those melee weapons actually have longer range, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a
so obviously, yeah, that's stupid.
And every weapon class has like, excluding melee, it has like about three or four DLC weapons that you have. The assault rifle has like 8 like DLC assault rifles. So to add insult to injury too, some of those are old. Some of the DLC guns are guns from older Black Ops games too. Like the Galil ripped straight out of Black Ops, 1, in its all its glory and fashion, but you gotta pay for it now.
That's ridiculous.
Same with the was it the MP5 from Black Ops 1 as well?
What?
Yeah, that's DLC now.
Come on.
I don't want to say it was the FN FAL, but I think it was another semi-automatic assault rifle from Black Ops 1. That's DLC. There's like 3, 4, or 5 like Black Ops 1 guns that are in 3 that you have to pay for to actually use them. I'm like, that's stupid. And then that's not including, like I said, like the 20 other ones that aren't from Black Ops 1 or 2 or anything like that. Oh yeah, the what is it? What is it called? The AN-94 from Black Ops 2? Yeah, that's DLC as well in Black Ops 3. Like,
that was a really good gun.
It was. It really was a really good gun. So yeah, they tried out the DLC, and you want to hear the real kicker with this, Mark?
Oh god.
Okay, I can't even sugarcoat this. It's basically mobile random pay to win. So you got
Oh my god.
You gotta pay for a chance to get one of these DLC guns, meaning that you can blow thousands of dollars on Black Ops 3 and not get all of the DLC guns. You can't directly buy them.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so disgusted. Oh my god, I can't. That is great. What? Oh my god, I'm so glad I left that game. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're stick with 1 and 2, my guy, or whatever Call of Duties you play. Just stick with Black Ops 1 and 2 and your Modern Warfare 1 to 3, because don't mess with that. All right.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad I left when Ghost dropped. My goodness.
Oh man, yeah, it ain't looking too good up here. I'm like, it's Treyarch too. I'm like, Treyarch, I love you guys.
Like, what happened?
Yeah, what happened? I'm like, first of all, how are you gonna sell weapons from earlier games as DLC? Like, first of all, I'm like, that should just be free. I'm sorry, if I want to use the Galil from Black Ops 1, because that is in Black Ops 3, if I want to use the Galil, I should just get that for free. Like, if anything, at least have it detect that you have Black Ops 1 and 2 on your account, so you could get. If they at least did that, I could live with that.
Right, like if you had the game, then you have access to it.
It's like, oh, you play Black Ops 1 and 2, well, you get the returning guns for free. Not even that. It's pay for a chance to get a weapon that like, especially if it's a nostalgia weapon too. Like for me, I love the Galil. I love the FAMAS. Like I miss those guns, man.
The FAMAS was a force to be reckoned with. That thing was pinpoint accurate. I'm telling you.
Hey, Dad, remember that was your go-to gun in Black Ops 1, the FAMAS? And how you had that grenade underbarrel? It was you, that flak jacket, that FAMAS, and the grenade underbarrel, and you went to town with that thing. Oh, I wish you guys could have seen that.
Yeah, good times, man. It's bad that as much as we like the Black Ops series, we just totally like after we got past like all the quote unquote flashy bells and whistles for Black Ops 3, it was just like, oh, okay,
Right.
Yeah,
well,
because I mean, the first one we played, we're like, man, this game is freaking cool. It's like
yeah,
jetpacks and wall running and all that, and look at all these classes. And then we played it like a whole 2 months later. And we're like, this game ain't all that great. The game ain't all that great. It's not.
Yeah.
well, just think about we we couldn't dive anymore in the game, and how
Okay,
much
I hate that.
I'm
I'm
just
sorry,
saying.
man. Continue.
No, you're good. I'm just saying, like, sliding is cool, but sometimes I want to dive. Sometimes I don't want to slide. And then the fact that when you slide, you just stand right back up. So yeah, they dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, Mark,
That was
have you seen
definitely not a reward. Yep.
Mark, you've seen the sliding fiasco in the Call of Duty series, right?
Yeah, they
Like,
started that at Ghost. I hated it because I always dove for cover, like I like the diving mechanic I meant.
yeah, 'cause it
And
was
you know,
helpful.
yeah, you can dive to a thing. You're a hard target while you're diving, and you stay down. But when you slide to cover, and then you stand right back up, and then hey, sniper, and then you can get shot.
Yeah, you have to press the crouch button to cancel the slide just so you can go into crouching. You can't even like slide into prone. I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's
I'm like,
that's
why
ridiculous.
can't you even? And like the thing with that too is that when you're diving, you bounce up and you drop down. That makes you a hard target hit. When you're sliding, you're moving fast, but you're consistently in one spot, making it easy for your target to hit you. Because it's not like you're going up and then dropping down. You're just down and you're moving.
Hey Rob, you you remember just to that point, we were playing, I think, Demolition, and I'm running sliding, I'm trying to defuse the bomb. I slid, and then all of a sudden I popped back up, and like the people that were surrounding or getting close to the target just blasted me because instead of diving, I slid and then I
slid
couldn't get up.
and stood up like an idiot because
Yeah,
they force you to
I'm
do
just
that.
just like Mark said, like, hey, sniper, look at me. Here I am.
You know
Like,
that that's a reward nobody wants in a video game. Just getting back to the context of the podcast here. See, people are like, we want Call of Duty to change. It's too sameish, which was on the low key kind of true, but still, people want to change for Call of Duty and all that, and then we get that reward. That's a garbage reward. Who asked to basically do a super? It's like you got like little legs on your stomach. You're crawling really fast and you stand right up. That's what sliding is. It's just temporary prone. Like you got like little feet on your stomach or something. I don't know. Just scooching really fast, but I don't know. It's like the super sliding is like a burst of joy and then freedom, and then you stick your head up and then get shot in the head by a sniper. Like,
oh man, yeah.
It's Call of Duty a mess. Case closed.
Thanks for that reward, Call of Duty. Thank you.
Thanks, dude. I heard that the new one's coming out, or the new one was pretty cool, but I ain't touched it. But anyway, yeah.
I only want to try World War II for its single player because I heard it was actually good. But I mean, other than that, I don't really care about World War II. I mean, after Black Ops 3, I got like so salty about that.
Yeah, I'm not going back to that.
And I was like, now I know why nobody likes Ghost. You slide and you have this moment of freedom. You pop up your head. Oh, you're quoting me, Varen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tragic. Anyway, Mark, you were talking about the Creation Club and how much you did not like that. Let's get around back to that. So, what were you talking about that? I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
On that whole tangent about Call of Duty.
All right. So here's me. I'm a guy that just I like playing a character that's just holy and just straight from God, and I'm just clearing out any undead or whatever, and the holy God, because there's 9 of them. Well, 8 or whatever you look at it.
The holy God. Is this the Skyrim still?
Yeah, this is Skyrim.
Skyrim,
His name is Stendar, and he's like, he's the guy that just is justice and holiness and whatever. So I like playing as him, or I like playing like just holy man taking out the undead and vampires and all that other mess. So I see on YouTube. it was a video of like top 5 best weapons, and I see something called Stendar's hammer, and I was like, Stendar hammer, that's me. So I was like, okay, how do I get this thing? It said, oh yeah, go to the Creation Club. I'm like, oh, what is that? So I go to the Creation Club, and I gotta buy it. It's like, what? I was so thrown off by it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Isn't the
All
Creation
these,
Club just paid mods?
yeah, like
Oh.
someone can. I can go to the. Well, I can't, but I can like tell someone, hey, yo, make Stendar's hammer. But I was sitting there, I was like, what? I mean, you start off with 100 credits, and it did go on sale for half off because it was 200. So I had 100 credits, and it was cost 100, and I got it. But anyway, that's not the point. I shouldn't have to pay or
like the practice. The practice is the issue.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have to like. This is ridiculous. And all these games are heading in this direction, and that saddens me that even Call of Duty's going there too.
Oh man,
Like
they're going
like
to the
loot
deep end
box
with it,
style.
too.
Loot box style. What is that?
Yeah, and they haven't dropped it since too, because World War II has loot boxes as well.
Of course. And that Overwatch game, that's really popular, and they got loot boxes. I'm like, oh my god, what is going on?
I don't know how Overwatch handles their loot boxes because I have not played Overwatch, but I guess TF2 is TF2 is okay when it comes to loot boxes. Still not a fan of the practice, but I mean, at least in TF2 you don't need it to have fun.
Yeah, you don't. And I feel like Overwatch, I don't know, maybe they just drops like skins. I hope they do. But like TF2, there's no advantage you get when you unbox a weapon or unbox a hat. You don't get like, oh, this is plus 20% damage or whatever. It's not like an advantage that you get.
They used to have set stats before they actually removed the set stat system. Understandably.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I will say at one point TF2 kind of did that, which again that's not very good. But Valve has They caught on to that, and they were like, wait a minute, this is stupid. And then they took it out, and everyone was like, okay, well, we're all cool again. Because remember when every sniper had that freaking crocodile, like, Mundy, crocodile Mundy thing, and they were immune to headshots? I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. But, hang on. What was I going to say? Oh, they didn't, in my opinion, I don't think they actually, like, even when that was a thing, they didn't really, have it as toxic as nowadays with other games.
It didn't
because
utterly break the game.
Yeah, you know why? Because you can craft it. There was an option in the thing saying craft set weapon or set headgear.
That is true. Yeah, so you could go out of your way to get that yourself.
Exactly. You all you need is like the weapons in or a weapon in the set. I'm thinking. I don't know if I'm a little rusty. I've never been crafting in a while. And like a couple refined metals, and you got it. So if it's like if you work a little bit, it's like rewards. If you work a little bit, go out of your way for this one thing, and you get this reward, then boom.
Yeah, it's a grind.
But now it's crafting is dead. So
yeah,
there goes that reward. But anyway. But it used to be a reward. You got it, and it gave you an advantage, and that's another thing about rewards. Rewards should help you out in the game, like enhance a certain part of the game.
Right.
Like you got this gun that it's got more ammo, or you can kill this type of people easier, or you got a bazooka now and you can take out tanks. You don't have to like go up to them and plant a bomb. You can just shoot them. Rewards should help you out in the game as you progress through it.
It should like add to the experience.
Yes.
Something like that. Now, I went just thinking back to just that video, that Understanding Breath of the Wild video that I did back then when I was talking about the amiibos and how you have to purchase those, and how I would like special functions that come out of them, just because I'm like, because I just thought that there were a bit of wasted potential with it, but I can kind of see what some people's problems were with why do I gotta pay for an amiibo just to get a special item or something like that? I mean, that mostly came out of me just feeling that in general Breath of the Wild didn't have much content worth working for in that game. But I'll talk about that a little later. I don't really want to talk about that as of the moment. We're just now going on 25 minutes into it. Oh yeah, Dad. By the way, did you have any say in this? 'Cause I know you've been staying quiet for a bit because I know we were going off into TF2. If you have anything to say, just.
Oh, you're good. I'm just taking it all in, because a lot of those games I haven't played. So,
Right.
but I agree with what Mark said too. The reward should be beneficial or helpful to you as you're going further in the game. And I was just thinking about I had mentioned Just Cause earlier, and I'm sorry, not Just Cause, but Borderlands, and even though it's not so much necessarily a reward because you kind of pick what you want, but as you level up, you can build your skill tree and, customize it the way you want. But it still kind of falls under the category of reward for, leveling up. And, it's just like your character either gets stronger or gets other abilities that can enhance the gameplay, so things of that nature. So I agree with that. It should be something that you earn. Not something necessarily so hard to get that you just want to pull your hair out, but
Yeah.
Something attainable and just definitely beneficial to going further in the game.
Right, like at least like with things like Borderlands, how you mentioned like the skills and all that you can level up to, getting all this stuff that increase your attributes. Like when you look at stuff like the skill trees in Borderlands, you look at the nice little effects. If you look at like the end of a skill tree and see what you can get to and how strong your character or how strong or effective or just like how crazy they get near the end of it, like that fills you with that drive and ambition to finish, like to see that skill tree to the end. And then especially if you've got the Ultimate Vault Hunter pack too, you can go down to 2 skill trees, so you could like get even crazier. But I do kind of think about the same stuff too, and I think I'm a bit I won't say on the fence, but I'm a bit iffy when it comes to what's the right kind of paid content and like what shouldn't be paid in terms of rewards. Because just thinking about that, I just thought about how, and this really isn't a problem for us because we got the handsome collection on the PlayStation 4 for Borderlands, but the to get up to level 72, like you forget that like you have to burst, like by default in Borderlands you can only go to level 50, and then there is a pack that makes you go to level 61, and then another pack that makes you go to level 72. And it is pretty cool that you could get that high into it, but I just want to hear you guys take on it. Do you think that you should be able to pay just for like 22 levels?
No.
I feel a bit iffy for that. I mean, it's satisfying, you can get more out of it, so it drops a lot of content on you. It's worth the investment, but like at the same time, should it be paid?
I would say no. I mean, to me, like you said, you're on the fence about what you should purchase, and then what should be given freely. And to me, if you want to buy different skins for your guns and things of that nature, just because you want to customize it, I could kind of get with that. But just to go further in the game, I mean, isn't it enough that I already bought the game? So now I got to spend extra money and all this and that just to have a little more customizable options, if you will.
Yeah, it basically locks an experience from you, in a sense.
Yeah.
That's 20. Because I mean, level 50. I mean, because both of us have gotten to level 72 at one point in Borderlands, but the ride there is really, really fun. And to think about the fact that at one point people had to pay just so they could get to that really fun ride kind of makes me uncomfortable, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's almost like it shouldn't be something you should pay for, but at the same time, it's worth paying for. See, it gives me like this weird neutral feeling. So I'm like, because yeah, it's cool and all that. I got this. It's a nice reward that I paid for. Oh, that's not really a reward. That's just a purchase, really. But just on the topic of rewards and gaining something that's satisfying, basically. It's like I said, like it's like I'm really glad that I got it, but at the same time, I don't think I should have paid for this. Anyway, Mark, you have anything to say about this?
Oh, yeah. To me, like, first of all, I said no. I was just being salty, but now I'm thinking about it. It depends on how big the game is and how much content is in the base game that I paid for, right? It depends on how big, like if it's like, and then like it also depends on how the DLC is priced and how much how much is in the DLC. So if it's a game that you can play through the entire thing, all the questions are asked or answered that you have about the game, like if it has any type of lore, you're not really, you feel satisfied. I feel satisfied that I played this game and I beat it and I did everything in this game.
Your experience is complete, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, like if it's complete, then yes, if you want to add a DLC, I'll pay for it. Like if it's like a whole nother world or a whole nother land or just a whole other story in general, like yeah, Skyrim. Like the Dawnguard DLC was kind of, it was like a little quest. It was pretty cool. But when they added the Dragonborn one, it added a whole new area, a whole new map that you can play on, and that was awesome. I don't know how much it was worth, but like over $10 is a little much. Like if for like a Dragonborn is, but yeah, but like in Varen's, what he said down here, Dark Souls, you have to pay for the last third of the game. That's ridiculous. You should not have to pay to complete a game.
And let me guess, that last third has like all the answers all the questions, doesn't it? I'm just looking for confirmation because I have not beaten Dark Souls.
Yeah, I haven't played it. I do plan on it, but
dude, seriously, you gotta get on Steam. I would
kinda.
It kinda answers the question.
It shouldn't be kinda. It should be no. It doesn't. It should be. It adds a whole nother thing, and like DLC should not be overpriced. Like I swear there's a game that has overpriced DLC. I can feel it in this type of world. I don't know any examples, but
honestly,
yeah.
If you ask me, just considering like because honestly, I think, and this is just me going off my own little Zelda tangent again. Honestly, I mean, the DLC content in Breath of the Wild was alright for the $40 because you have to is it
$40?
Yeah, it's $40. Yeah, the package. Hold on, let me make sure. I'm a bit tired. Let me just see. Breath of the Wild DLC pack price, because I think it is $40 if I'm not mistaken. Oh my bad, it's $20. Okay, yeah, I was like that doesn't sound right. I mean, it's $20 and all that, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, for $20, I mean, like you got some pretty you got that hard mode DLC, which honestly I thought, like, first of all, why am I paying for a hard mode in a Zelda game when it used to come free in a Zelda game? Like that was already my issue. I'm like, Zelda, what the heck are you doing? And I remember seeing everybody try to defend that, saying like, well, it's they said it's a new hard mode, so it's gonna add something new. I mean, unless you consider putting enemies in different spots new. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you think of that, Mark? Like, adding a difficulty as DLC, like
that is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, again, like I said too, like there used to be a point where Zelda did that for free. I mean, they didn't like change up the placement of enemies unless you're really hung on that. And I guess the drops are better in it, but I mean, still, you just sold me a hard mode in a Zelda game. Like, I had to pay for it when it used to be free. Starting with Zelda games in 2011 and whatever remakes they did or whatnot, they always had a hard mode that you could play for free, and this time you had to pay for it. And it doesn't really add anything all that new. I mean, it changes the tier of an enemy, which doesn't make the enemy different. It just changes its color, and it takes more. It's just more of a bullet sponge, basically. That's really all it is. And the drops you get good drops earlier on, and that's really. I'm like, I don't know if this is worth the money. Now, the Trial of the Sword, I thought it was kind of dumb that you had to pay for the Master Sword. As, I don't know if you know that, Mark, but the Master Sword is like it's the top dog weapon of
the Zelda. It's the main sword.
Yeah, it's the main sword, the top dog weapon.
Gotcha.
I was like, and it was a little overpowered in the game. But I'm like, bro, it's the Master Sword. But again, don't know if I should have. If I had to pay for something that was free in previous Zelda games. I mean, like, my thing is, I don't care what the heck. I don't care if you swung one time and every enemy on the map died because you swung the Master Sword. It's the Master Sword. You're not supposed to sell that to me. I'm sorry. Well, you can't get the Master Sword by default, but it's in a kind of a, I don't know. I think it's kind of crap the way they present it, because it's like the Master Sword is only really good in like a select few of places. I'm like, are you kidding me? What happened to it just being good all the time? I don't care what you tell me. I liked it when it was. I liked it how it was before. And then there was the bonus DLC campaign, if you can call it that. It was basically, here's a couple new memories, which I don't think that counts as a story. I don't know about you. It's like, you know how, like, Mark, you know how, like, you have those lore books in Skyrim?
Yeah.
It's like paying for 5 lore books in Skyrim.
Really?
Breath of the Wild DLC, the so-called story DLC, that's what it's like. It's like nothing actually happens live and at the moment in the world. It's just paying to see some cutscenes. And well, you can do a couple of trials, which I will not lie are very, very well designed. But the core story, the stuff that everybody was expecting to come out of it, it's just like, it's like I said, it's like 5 lore books. Like, it's the equivalent of 5 lore books in Skyrim, which don't know how I feel about that. I'm like, you know me, I'm a big Zelda guy. I love Zelda to death, but I'm like, Zelda, you are giving me some really good reasons to stop following you. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, look, okay, here, look. I don't like what Breath of the Wild did so much, with like its core game mechanics. But if you like it, that is perfectly okay. I just have my opinion. I don't think it's that good, but if you like it, that's probably fine. But when you're doing stuff like I said, like selling DLC that had no business being DLC to begin with, when you have proof of the series history not doing that, and you turn around like, no, let's make some mo cash. Like, no. And like I just said, I'm like, Zelda, you're breaking my heart here. What happened to the good old days? I'm like, change your identity if you want to, but taking advantage of me is another thing. All right?
Yeah.
I'm like, my feelings are really hurt about that. I'm a little salty about that, but yeah, that's basically it. Oh yeah, and I also I remember talking about the amiibo content and how I don't know if you remember, Mark, but I was talking about the Understanding Breath of the Wild one, that really subjective video I made about Breath of the Wild, which a certain someone out there thought that they could counter my subjective points, but you know who you are. But but I remember talking about the whole amiibo thing, the whole amiibo thing, and how I felt that there should have been items that come out of that, a la extra content, that came out of it. Like, well, maybe if the old school boomerang came back. Again, I don't really, and I think I kind of made this point too. I don't really like that I would have to pay for like some of the old school or more engaging things to come back or extra content to come through that. But I'm like, from my own subjective viewpoint, I don't think Breath of the Wild's reward system is that good, to be completely honest. I mean, the way I look at it in Breath of the Wild, the reward system, just to give you an idea of it, Mark. So you played, how we played a bit of Borderlands, right?
Yeah.
You know how you could just find just weapons just anywhere, right?
Yep.
Think of like the weapons you find, and you know how like there's quality. There's white, which is the worst, green, blue, purple, and then orange, which is legendary, and then you have pink, which is seraph, and then unique. But there's like unique tier ones, but we're not gonna worry about that. But the standard, white, green, blue, purple, and gold or orange, whatever you want to call it. Think of it like think of the weapon system in Breath of the Wild like that, but pretty much all the weapons are pretty much always in the green. It's like you'll never find anything that's just like really that cool.
That's ridiculous.
That's what it feels like. That's what I feel like it is anyway. It feels like it's really like it's in like the weapons are cool and all, but none of them really give me that reason to like. I'm like, man, I gotta get this weapon outside of the Master Sword DLC. But that was like the only one time I was like, I gotta get this weapon. I mean, even the champion weapons, which are supposed to be for people who are the best of the best in Hyrule, it's like they're just a stronger, more efficient version of like a generic weapon, and they shatter after a few hits anyway. So don't get too attached. You were actually expecting some? You were actually expecting a reward? I mean, I don't know. I actually saw somebody say one time that the weapon system doesn't have to be rewarding in Breath of the Wild. I'm like, okay.
Yes, it
See,
does. What do you mean?
I'm like, excuse me, the what? I mean, Zelda before used to stick with just like one weapon, but the variety came with different in older Zelda games. But that's I'll save that for another time. But I'm like, the weapon, the drop system doesn't have to be that rewarding. I mean, like, to me, I mean, I will say the reward of like exploring stuff in that game is pretty cool. But once you figure out, I mean, honestly, Breath of the Wild, I mean, it's a big game. But after a while, you just kind of everything starts becoming really familiar, and you're just like, okay, now what? I mean, and honestly, the one reward, if the reward, is just, if the reward for that game, is just to see stuff, I don't know, that's something that will just wear off really quickly. I mean, is that just me? If the reward is pretty much centered around just being in a different situation, just being in a different area? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Oh, like it's just. I don't know. I just like if it's only rewarding in a certain situation, that should be like a mission weapon that you get for that mission. It shouldn't be a reward that I get from doing something or paying, especially if I'm paying for it. Like if it's I don't know. I'm completely oblivious when it comes to Zelda, but it's like you go to the desert area and your sword is now all of a sudden like super strong. It should be like a tool or something, not a weapon or like should be like a mission weapon, like a thing that you have that's effective with this enemy that you normally can't hit, but you can hit him with this thing. It should be a mission weapon. I should not have to pay for it, and it should not be a reward for anything.
Yeah, I mean, technically, like in a sense, it does work that way because like if you go around Guardians and certain Guardians in Breath of the Wild, their Master Sword powers itself up, and all of a sudden it's really strong. But the moment you stop fighting him, it just goes back to being kind of a garbage weapon again.
It shouldn't be like going back to a garbage weapon, especially if you have to pay for it. And you know that thing in front of the sword. The word is called Master. It should be really good. It's the Master Sword. It's the
I'm like, it's not the sword that's only good when I feel like it kind of sword. Like, no.
Right.
I'm like, what?
What is that?
And I'm like, I remember I was talking to a person on that video about the Master Sword and whatnot. I mean, to me, I don't care what you think that the Master Sword should stay like. I don't want the Master Sword to be a freaking tool. It's the Master Sword. I'm sorry, but I expect to be a master when I hold it. All right. I mean, okay, I'm gonna break a rule on RoberOnocle. I'm gonna say it. I don't care what you think. It's the Master Sword. All right. I don't care what you think. Your opinion is invalid on my turf on YouTube. All right. I don't care about what. I don't care that you think it should be something else. All right. The Master Sword's been like this for 20 plus years. Shut up. Okay, I'm done.
But I got away from Zelda games a long time ago.
Now, trust me. I mean, I don't. I mean, to me, I don't think it's worth coming back. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little bitter boy.
But you know what? I've been wanting to play Zelda games again, but it's just certain ones. My hangups. I can't. I can't get into them, man. It's like I don't like the cartoonish, art style that they have, and it's and maybe that's not a fair shake, but I'm funny like that. I just like it doesn't look like a kind of game I want to play. So I'm used to Link looking a certain way.
Too.
Yeah. That's the thing. I haven't had a DS in quite some time, so it's one of those things. But if I'm going to play a game, and like Mark was saying, like you were saying, if it's the doggone Master Sword, like how does it become just like a just like a stick in the woods. Like, okay, now it's a little cheesy weapon. It does nothing. Like, wait a minute, no, this is supposed to be that deal. Like,
See, when my
you
dad, who
know,
hasn't played Zelda in 10 plus years, know that that's wrong, you messed up. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just gonna break, I can go get a sturdy stick in the woods and do more damage with it. It just,
This is how it
it
goes.
is what it is.
Like when the master sword breaks kind of easily when you're not fighting the handful of the enemies that they want you to fight that thing with. It's like it breaks and it's got to recharge for 10 minutes.
What?
Wow.
It breaks like in a, what is it? Like, I want to say like it breaks in like 80 hits or something like that. It's not a flattering number, which I mean, 80 hits, if you played any Zelda game, 80 swings is nothing in a Zelda game, like at all. Not even
You can
close.
you can do 80 hits just like within the first few minutes of the game. I mean, of any Zelda game,
Right.
you know.
And
Gee,
you know how high the
man,
hit count
wow.
goes before it finally has to recharge? Bumps up
Wow.
to 200.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
To get the Master Sword how it used to be, you gotta pay for that. I mean,
No.
the Master Sword had to
No.
recharge before. But I mean, even to get the
No.
Master Sword in its purest, like the closest to its old school state, you gotta pay for that. And again, I don't give a crap about your opinion about it. That's not how it should be. I don't care. I'm staying.
So what is it? Run
I'm an 8-year-old. I'm in my corner. I don't care. I'm sorry. What are you gonna say, Dad?
what is it? Run off of batteries now? I mean, what's going on, man? Like
Uh,
swung the sword too much. I got to go plug it in. So, no, that's just garbage, man.
and this
There's
is
no way.
the Link that died with the Master Sword too. So I guess I shouldn't expect much out of him. But
Yeah, wow.
the premise is that he died in battle, and then he gets resurrected 100 years later. Which I'm like, wow, Link, you big loser. But
So he pulls an avatar on us, the Airbender or whatever.
yeah, he
He
just goes.
pulls one.
He's just like, oh yeah, by the way, guys, I am still alive. But
Like,
actually, that game's story is
wow.
kind of trash in general.
I don't even play Zelda, and I am mad right now.
Okay,
I
and
never.
again, guys, when a guy who doesn't care about Zelda is mad about some Zelda, that's wrong.
Like, for real, I'm not affected by this at all, but I am mad. I'm so mad right now. What is that? What is that?
Because it's just disrespectful
It is.
that Nintendo would do something like that, man. For all of us, and I used to be a very loyal Zelda fan. I'm telling you, I go back a few systems, few consoles of Zelda, and I just got away from it. I think after what Majora's Mask
Twilight
or
Princess.
Okay, yeah. So I knew I was like I was like, I can't do this anymore, man. It just can't. And I like a good game like that where you have to, you have the adventures. You have to figure some things out. Like, okay, how do we get the water level here? How do I get the water level there?
Right.
That's all good. But yeah, man, if it's a Master Sword and I have to, first off, I have to buy it or buy some enhancements for the sword. No, that's wrong. And then if I get it, that sucker better be sweet. And I'm sorry, Nintendo, if you think that this sword is overpowered for certain enemies and therefore I can't use it the same way all the time. But you shouldn't have let me get the Master Sword then, or you should have made me wait a little longer to get it, but not, okay, here you buy this, but we're going to determine, if and when you can use it. Kick rocks. That's all I'm saying.
Not that I'm
Right.
suggesting that it should have happened, but I'm like, I mean, there are a couple of Zelda games that don't have the Master Sword in it. You might as well just took the dang thing out. And
I'm just saying.
Just like, oh yeah, by the way, we're selling the Master Sword. Because I mean, at that point, because honestly, like before I got that DLC where I could just have fun with the Master Sword like I used to in other Zelda games. Before, like I ignored the thing. I did not use it again. Like when I got it, I didn't really use it. I fought with the Calamity Ganon guys, but other than that, I like never used the thing. I'm like, first of all, I don't even mess with Guardians, so I'm like, eh. But when I got it, when I did the Trial of the Sword and I upgraded it, and it was like the more old school like Master Sword, I'm like, okay, this is a cool award. Why wasn't this in the game to begin with? Why did I have to pay for this? That's my thing. Oh, and all right, another thing too. So you guys remember me say, about a year ago when I was doing my Breath of the Wild review, how much I did not like the dungeons in that game and how poorly designed I thought they were.
Yeah,
The main
they're all
ones.
like the same.
Yeah, and like 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
Get this now.
Yeah.
So the DLC, right? Ballad of the Champions, which like I said, it's basically 5 lore books, but it does give you what is it? How many? 12 really good shrines. 12 really good shrines, which no, actually that's a lie. There are 4 on the. So it gives you 16 really good shrines. 17 if you want to count the Great Plateau Trial. So it gives you that, and then it gives you a dungeon, right? And I will be completely honest. It is a really, really good dungeon. But the thing that makes me really uncomfortable with that is that, like, so why wasn't this level of craft applied to the main game with its dungeons? Because, guess what? It didn't take me 5 minutes to do it. It actually took me like 30 or 40 minutes to do it. Like a Zelda dungeon usually requires you to beat the dungeon. I'm like, first of all, I'm like, why didn't you do that to begin with? And I'm like, it's pretty clear. Like, when I see stuff like that, it's pretty clear what they made first and what they made last. Because it's pretty clear that during development, they got the new dev team they had with them. I want to say it was a newer dev team working with it. It's pretty clear they were getting better at what they were doing, and they didn't go back and fix it. They just sold their current quality work as DLC. That's all I look at anyway. Anyway, I'm a little tired of talking about Zelda. You guys want to take this anywhere else? We're going on 51 minutes, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Something happier. I don't.
Something better than Robert is mad.
Right. You just snapped. I swear, you've gone off the edge, dude. I lost you. I swear to. You're
sorry,
gone.
Man. Every time I bring up Zelda, positive or negative, it's like something clicks in me. Like the gears get turning, and like I go from Robert that doesn't stutter to Robert that's speaking every word nice and concise because it's Zelda. Like that's just how it is.
Standing up, not even sitting down with a fire in his eye, with his finger pointing and just screaming in your face. That's what. That's the person that you turn. Like you normally have your gears turning, but like you go to like the unconscious part of your mind, and then those gears start turning.
Yeah. I have 2 layers of gears. All right. They're just like hidden behind like the face value ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I was like, wow.
You automatically rhymed like you're in a Dr. Seuss book. I'm sorry, I had to take that opportunity.
I can't. I swear, it's. I can count on you every time. Every time.
Wow, that's all I can
Lord.
say is wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did that.
He's.
Anyway, okay, so I really do want to just kind of like slow down with Zelda though, because I held up like 20 minutes talking about how I'm mad about the Master Sword and I don't care about opinions. All right, so
Okay.
so Mark or Dad, any of you guys want to like shut me up before I just like melt our house?
Just march outside. Just podcast is over. But
right.
Recording though.
Right, you know what? Like, I don't need this anymore, man. I'm going, and all we hear is your headphones slam down, and then you just you go outside.
Me and him were just like,
So, how's school, Mark? How's
man,
school?
it's going good, man. Like,
and then like in the background, you just hear me screaming and just getting louder.
You know what's messed up though is that actually it'll come through as if it's on my mic because you'll have to walk past me.
Right? No, you hear stomping in Robert's mic, and then it fades away, and then you start hearing it in yours, and then you hear a door slam or something.
Actually, that'd be weird because my dad is not far from where I am. If I came stomping through the hallway, you could hear me stomping twice.
Just like, how is he in 2 places? Are they synchronous stomping over there? What's going on?
Who's your god now?
It's they're living in the same house.
But for real though, you guys,
Right.
anything you want to say? We were talking about rewards,
Oh.
and then I just got really mad. So
Well, I recently got a mod in Skyrim. It's called Sulfurize the Reclaimed Hand. Awesome mod. It's a very small one. It adds like a little cave, a little dwarven cave, you know, and there's a guy standing outside, and he's like the bad guy, like the main bad guy they're always trying to kill. Other than the dragons, and he is the most strongest guy that you could ever fight, and like he killed me about 5 times. And the first time he killed me, I didn't save, so I had to walk all the way back to it. So I was like, oh my gosh.
Probably because you weren't expecting it to, like, him to just cheese you like that.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, it's a Thalmor guy, whatever, I'll just slice him. And then I walk up to it, it's like, Thalmor Treasure Seeker. I'm like, alright. And I took a whack at him, and it like took his health down by a millimeter. Like a negative millimeter. His health went up. I was like, what is this? So I eventually kill him, right? And I'm like, okay, well, it's the hard part's over. I walk in the door, and I'm like, there's more. There's more of the exact same guy. And then there's a mage. Yeah, this is a mod. And there's a mage in there, and he hides in a corner, and he like just sits there with his stupid little shield up. Like he's got a little magical shield, and he just lightnings you, and you're dead.
Yeah, I figured. He sounds like the sniping kind of mage.
And I was like, oh my god. I eventually got through because I was like, you know what? I need to grab some people.
Is there a reward at the end of this that you're getting to?
There is a massive reward. Okay, so you finally get through it, and then you go through, like, you finally get through that, and then you go down deeper, and then there's a lava room, and there's just lava, and there's like these flame people all over the place, and you gotta kill them, and there's Thalmor people down there too. But like, I just kind of hung back and like let them fight it out, and I capitalized when I could. But you finally get to the end, and then there's this just amazing looking hammer just hanging there. It's like rises up in front of you, it just illuminates, and it's just this fire death Hades hammer, and it is a very, very powerful hammer, and it doesn't run out of charge, and it looks just amazing. That's the kind of reward I like. When I'm sitting there about an hour trying to get through this one spot because I want to get to something, and I finally get it, I legitly get it. It's the most just like sit back in the chair and just slowly sink down with a nice long sigh, like, I got it. You know, I love those rewards. I hate the rewards that you get when you just like you download a mod, or you get it, and then they just hand it to you immediately. Like, I want to work for this reward, you know?
Right.
Especially if it's like something super overpowered. I'm not even talking about Skyrim. I'm just talking about in general, like.
Not like the Master Sword thing I was talking about.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, the Master Sword problem. I'm sorry. If they don't want it,
we can't escape it.
We can't. But if they think that the Master Sword is too overpowered, if that's like a scenario right now, then make the enemy stronger. Or yes. or make it in a part of the game, right? That when you get it, the enemies are stronger. You know, but like it's not like, hey, the enemies are stronger. Like it's just subtle. Like the enemies are a little bit stronger. Or make it like do a little bit less damage or something, even it out. I mean, don't cripple it like they did, but
yeah, like no,
don't snap off. Don't replace the blade with plastic now. But yeah. But I love rewards that just you work so hard for it, and you finally get your hands on it, and you're like, yes.
Yeah, I will say.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like playing on Master Mode, the hard mode that shouldn't have been DLC. If you play on the Master Mode and then you play on the Trial of the Sword, so you can actually get the strongest Master Sword. That is so hard to do, and I would say I was very happy once I got the Master Sword in that mode, because I'm like, yes, I'm the captain now. And I was like, finally. And then I proceeded to honestly, I think Master Mode is actually easier than the standard game because it gives you so much good stuff. But aside from that, I mean, I think finally I can freaking eat everything alive with the Master Sword now. Which I will say that felt pretty great. But on a side note too, I do think that the argument that the Master Sword is overpowered does kind of lack meaning a little bit because the game drops so much good, long-lasting, hard-hitting stuff at this point. I'm like, okay, why does it matter that it takes 200 hits to break? I'm like, everything else is kind of broken in the game anyway. The whole argument about difficulty in that game is actually really, really weak once you've played the game and really understand it. But that we're not talking about difficulty. We're talking about, just rewards. So this one. So if we ever talk about difficulty, I'll save that for later.
Right.
But oh, Mark, we gotta play some more Borderlands 2. But there's this one thing. It's a really, really expensive one. You gotta work really hard to grind for it. But it's in the Mr. Torg's campaign of Carnage.
Yeah.
The Nukem. Something me and my dad have worked for, and you know what, Dad? Tell Mark how the Nukem is and how worth it is to get that thing because it's so hard to get.
Well, I'm glad you asked. The Nukem is like, man, it's just awesomeness in your hands. I mean, one shot clears the room, basically. If you can't down somebody with that after one shot, that means that means nobody was there. I mean, this thing, all you see when you I think it's like 2 shots in it, but you squeeze the trigger and all of a sudden there's just a bright light. It glows, and next thing you know, there are bodies falling and just everything. It's awesome. It's like a sunrise or something, like in a when you shoot
actually.
Yeah, it's like a burst of sunlight, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh, okay, a bunch of people are dead, or either if they're not dead, their health is like drained significantly.
Yeah,
the Nukem is awesome.
I'm sorry, what you said?
No, I just said the Nukem is awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah,
sounds like my kind of gun because I love explosives.
Dude, it's a nuke launcher.
It's a nuke launcher. I'm like the robot from the Sir Nukes-a-Lot.
I hate that. I hate that Boston Man versus Machine. oh my, man!
What
I hate
else
Sir
is that?
Nukes-a-Lot.
It's like I'm the Fire Lord and Sozin's Comet's coming in. I'm just burning everything.
Nice. Nice.
Or you're like Liberty Prime.
Liberty Prime throwing freaking spirals, just spiral nukes
like
coming your way.
Hey, Dad, if you don't know who Liberty Prime is, it's a Fallout character. Giant robot that grabs nukes from his back and chucks them like a football.
Yeah.
Okay.
While saying things like democracy is non-negotiable, the most American thing you will ever witness in your life.
Just a massive robot, like I'm not good at sizing up things, but about 100 feet tall. Like I swear,
wow,
it's like a mini skyscraper, and he's just walking. He's a big, massive robot with just deep voice. Democracy is non-negotiable, and just like he just pulls it out. He winds it up like a quarterback, and he just throws it at you.
Wow, sounds like my kind of guy. Sounds like he's really nice.
Yeah, he's very, very nice, very negotiable, very reasonable.
Right. Oh man.
As long as you're not a commie, you're cool.
Yeah. As long as you bleed red, white, and blue, you're fine, dude.
Good old America.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, that's great.
But yeah, that's basically the Nukem. It's a really, really fun. The grind for it is painful, and you'll want to shoot yourself in the brains. You want to blow your brains out. But once you get the Nukem, you'll be glad that you grinded for it. It is so satisfying. And if you get lucky, you'll get a Nukem that can shoot 2 nukes before reloading.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Lord Almighty. Already I think that's a little much. Too much power.
You play as Salvador, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, see, there's this thing you can do on Borderlands called duping. I know we're like little dirty cheaters. I'm just going to share this little secret on the rewarding podcast. There's a little secret you can do called duping. There are like 2 ways to do it. There's some way to do it on the PC. If you wanted to, if we found like a double shooting nuke launcher in Borderlands, I could like dupe 2 nukes for you, and you could run around and dual wield nukes.
Oh my god! I feel like I don't know what I would do. It's like when like the evil guy gets the most powerful thing in the world, and he finally gets it, but he's not worthy. He just starts disintegrating.
Oh yeah, you can't hurt yourself with a nuke launcher. You have to be a little distant from it, as you might imagine.
I would imagine, you know.
You shoot 2 nukes at a time. You're like, Mark, why are you down? And I just see you crawling over there with like 2 nuke launchers.
Like, I did it again, Rob.
Come on, revive me, please. Come on. Well, you know, when you said that about the, it's like the evil guy that gets something, but he's unworthy. I couldn't help but think about Mortal Kombat when Shinnok has the whatever that is in his stomach, and he becomes corrupted Shinnok, and I'm just like, it's once you beat him, that thing happens to him. It just put me in that mind when you said that about the unworthy evil guy.
Yeah. You know, I don't play fighting games like that, but I think the way, like, you know how, like, in Mortal Kombat games, like, you beat up, Shao Kahn, you get to see the crap beaten out of him, like, I like that. But does anyone else just think that, like, the way Shinnok dies in Mortal Kombat X is just so underwhelming? Because, like, you beat him, and they just jump over, like, and then they just, like, grab his belly button. They just grab his belly button and twist it, and then he just explodes. I'm like, so what? And, like, it's funny when you see, like, Jason do it, too. He's just like, and he just grabs it. I'm like, dude, you're like the biggest dude on the roster. Come on now. That petty little grab with the belly button. I'm like,
all right. So I gotta say something about that, man, because I love Mortal Kombat. But Mark, my son or your brother, he loves Mortal Kombat. But with all the stuff that you can do, throughout the game, the different moves, the fatalities and all that. And then when you get to Shinnok and that's it, and everybody beats him the same way, man, that is the biggest letdown ever.
What happened to where, like, every character had their own way to beat up the final opponent? You remember that? And every character had their own way of beating the crap out of Shao Kahn. I thought that was cool.
Well, and my thing would be, if you can do like fatalities or something on them or whatever, anything would be better than that. But like you said, they just, stick their hand in his stomach and then, that's it. Right. Like he's 6 or something, like it's, like a grandfather playing with his grandson. He got your, come on, man. Really? Like that's what it took. Like, why did the fight take so long? And then, all right, so what's odd about it to me is how scrawny regular Shinnok is, but then when he puts that whatever in his belly button, then he becomes this big dude all of a sudden, like he's just massive, and then all it takes is just a little twist of the wrist, and then that's it,
and then he's dead. That's really it.
So, guys, while you guys were talking about that, I went on YouTube and looked up corrupted Shinnok death scene. And you guys were not wrong. Like Mortal Kombat, the game that does too much when people die. And that's the ending. To a man-looking boss. What is that?
It looks petty. It looks like it's just petty. Like it just looks stupid. I'm like,
he just does a little skip. He's like, whoop, and then just boom.
Right. You pull a little jewel out of his stomach. You pull out his navel ring, and then all of a sudden he bleeds out lava, and then that's just it. I'm like, really? Wow. But the killing part is Shinnok can actually do a fatality on you.
Yeah, he can.
So I mean, yeah. So of course we want to get him back, but nope. Just twist his belly button. That's it. That's the best you can do.
Why is that even like a fatality?
Yeah. And then you got to watch that old dry cutscene of him screaming. Like, man, get out of here.
I will say I do like the little like bedazzle jump that the character does as they go to go grab his belly button. I guess that's a nice reward, but you know.
It's like not the kind of reward I'm looking for here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of fabulous. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, that's how I would take him down. That's all I'm trying to
That's why I said it looks dumb when Jason does it. Jason Voorhees. The
Oh,
slasher
that
from
Jason?
Yeah, I'm talking about Jason Voorhees because he's a DLC character, and he does that same little stupid jump and grabs the belly button. I'm like, you are Jason Voorhees. You don't take crap from anybody. If somebody makes you mad, you make sure that they aren't going home alive, and like you're making sure too that you humiliate them. Well, I guess twisting somebody's belly button and then following them up by exploding is pretty humiliating, but that's not the kind of humiliation I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You guys know what I
good
mean.
beat down. Like if anybody here or watching the video has played God of War 3, I want to see when like the ending in Kratos. Like, are you guys all right with me like spoiling it?
I don't play God of War. I don't really care to play God of War. I don't know about Dad over here. Are you?
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the your goal is to kill all the gods, and your main guy is Zeus. You hate him. So you finally, after 3 games, you finally get to him, and like you beat him. Like you're fighting him, and then you beat him. At the end of the thing, you take his head and you start like just punching it. Just keep punching it, and it's like, you know, you're pressing circle. You're like, okay, I'm pressing, and it's endless. If you keep pressing, you don't stop. Like it doesn't cut off. You just and the screen gets bloodier and bloodier and bloodier until it's completely red, and you can still do it. So like you're just like, oh, this is for that, this is for this. Boy, like you're just letting out all your anger. I want something like that, you know?
Yeah, because it's like I ain't done with you until I am done with you.
Yeah,
right?
It was crazy. My dad was sitting there for 20 minutes. I was watching him play it. He was sitting there for 20 minutes. I'm like, wow, this is taking a minute. He's like, yeah, my thumb's getting tired. And he's like, and then for some reason he stopped, and then the cutscene played. He was like, "Are you kidding me?" He got so mad. It was funny. My dad got up and everything.
Man.
But yeah, that's like.
But that is quite a way to go out.
Oh my god,
like that.
It was crazy. Ugh.
Jeez, man.
But yeah, that's
a pretty nice reward. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, but like this Mortal Kombat extra, like, hey, our thing is that we're really gross and we really love to just be extra with people's deaths. But when you kill that main boss, though, it's nice and friendly. It's very friendly. It's very family friendly. Just in case if your little brother walks in or something.
Right.
Just on that one instance.
Right. Just they know when your little sibling's gonna walk in, or you're like your child or something.
Oh yeah, what Varen over here? Oh yeah, extra violent belly button twist. Get out of here. Go away.
Every time Varen says something, I'm just like,
could you please do the knot? But I think it's safe to say that we're all pretty caught up and good on all we had to say about rewards in video games.
What? Oh my god! I didn't realize it was midnight.
Yeah, dude, we're going on a minute and 14. Not a minute.
That's a long time, dude.
Minute.
That's a real long time, Robert. You gotta tell you.
This is the strongest minute I have ever experienced. But we're going on an hour and 14 minutes here. But I think we're all pretty good because we're goofing. We've been goofing around a lot in this one. But just a quick question: do you guys really like this improv format?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really fun. Really fun.
I was kind of sitting around like putting my thumbs, trying to think of things to say, because usually I have like a plan, but I was kind of nervous for it at first, but then when we actually went down into it, it was really fun.
All you need to do is just like get the ball rolling, and then you're all good.
Exactly.
So what Dad's like, hey Dad, say something, and then we just kind of took it from there.
Right. All you need is that startup question, and that's it.
Yeah, but I'm glad you guys really enjoyed it. I honestly, I kind of prefer this format, to be honest. It feels a lot more natural, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Because the conversation it goes where we take it.
exactly. I mean, we don't really take it to where it breaks Robert, but you know.
Yeah, don't bring up Zelda. Just period. Don't
Just
bring up Zelda.
put that in the rules.
Yeah, yeah. In the rules section, do not talk about Zelda. Mark, why did you?
I just did a goof.
Why did you go to the private discussions voice?
I was first of all, I was trying to click the scroll bar, and it connect the dots.
Okay. Yeah. Do not talk about Ubisoft either. Actually,
No,
that's
no.
worse. That's
I'm turning
worse.
around. See that's where it hits me because I know about Ubisoft.
Yeah,
Get that away from me.
Then you'll make me and Mark mad. So don't go to Ubisoft.
I can't. I'm walking over here now.
Nor EA. EA should. You know, I'm surprised we did not talk about the loot boxes and EA at all during this podcast.
Because that would have made me mad.
Yeah, and then it would have just turned into a whole Breath of the Wild thing where Mark is mad for 20 minutes. So
just like, yeah, I avoided that on purpose.
Okay.
So we gotta end on a good note so nobody goes to sleep angry.
Just mad. I'm just sitting there crossing my arms. I'm like, I can't go sleep.
You're burning a hole in your bed because you can't contain your anger. And then you wake up and you're like, why am I in the basement?
Right. Why am I in the core of the earth right now?
Yeah.
But,
oh, I'm sorry.
Wait.
Oh, no, that was just me. I was going to say something.
Oh, yeah,
just I was going to say on a good note, almost exactly 1 year ago today, you and I did a podcast. You know,
really?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, in 6 minutes it's going to be your birthday.
It will be.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa. Well, anyway, yeah, guys, tell my pop happy birthday. If you see this on YouTube, tell him happy birthday if you want. Please, if you're a Varen, yeah, you say it. But yeah, I should get around to that. We're probably gonna end it before 12 o'clock at night. But still, happy birthday, Dad. 5 minutes in advance.
Thank you, son. Thank you.
Happy
I'll take
birthday, Ty-Ed!
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
I can't wait. This is crazy. I didn't know.
Yeah. Yep.
And while you're right, like a whole year from going on tomorrow, because I did a podcast on your birthday. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now
Was that on purpose?
No, that was
no,
not at all. I mean, actually, it would have been way cooler if his birthday was today, because that would have made it really cool. But yeah, that would have been really cool. But I mean, even still, the fact that it's that close, though, I'm like, I didn't even plan that. Because you know me, I just run on my own schedule with this podcast stuff. I subconsciously did this.
That's crazy.
But yeah, Dad, happy birthday! I'm glad I got to tell you that on
live.
I forgot that we were doing a podcast for a moment. You were totally getting tired.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and yeah, man, I'm glad. You know, we had fun, and you know, the funny thing about this kind of with this topic is that we could actually come right back to the same thing, and it would be a whole different discussion.
That is true.
You know,
yeah,
the next time. So
we get some awards and games, and just talk about totally different games that time, and get totally different results. Basically, with improv, it's endless.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's so many different things you can cover. I mean, we didn't even talk about, you know, half the stuff in you know, just even in Borderlands.
We could have talked about Uncharted. We could have talked about Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter. We got plenty of stuff we could have talked about. Heck,
oh my gosh.
Me and Mark could have talked about Team Fortress 2, Killing Floor. We could have talked about a lot of things.
Dude, Jak and Daxter? Man, I forgot about that. Those guns. Especially that purple one that you get in Jak 2. Holy crap.
The Peacemaker.
Yeah, that thing. My goodness.
But yeah, Dad, if you want to, do you want to share with the world how old you're going to be?
Well, I did put it on the one Barron asked me how old I would be. I'll be 39 years old.
All right.
39 years old. Yep. So,
staying strong too.
Well, you know, I do what I can. I got to maintain, the title Titan, so I can't let myself go too far. So
you can't. My heart would be broken.
Yeah. Maybe when I'm like 70, then I kind of,
I'll let you slide when you're.
But at that point, we'll be in our 50s. We'll be in our 50s at that point. So I mean, we'll be on our way of not being all that either. So we're all gonna be in it together.
Hey, wait a minute. We're gonna all be senior citizens at the same time.
Right.
That's
the same retirement home.
Trippy. That's trippy.
Oh man, that's funny. But
yeah, I just had to get your birthday out there. Totally glad that I just thought about that. But yeah, happy birthday, Dad. May you have a great birthday this Saturday.
Oh, Saturday, nice.
Yep. And thank you, Mark, for coming on here, and thank you, Dad, too. Thank you both for coming over tonight, especially for this experimental podcast that could have went south, but it didn't even come close to going south. I mean, we already started on a really good note with Mark dying anyway.
Yeah, that was like you were talking, and I was just like, "Stay quiet, stay quiet."
I heard you trying to hide it. I'm like, I could not ignore it, man. I'm like, you okay?
Oh my gosh!
You know what's funny is your icon kept popping up, like popping in and out as you were over there struggling.
Yeah,
something was happening.
Like we can see your like ring flashing a little. I'm like, something's wrong.
That sucker was going rapidly, like somebody was flicking the light switch.
Yeah, and then I was like, I was genuinely getting kind of concerned. I'm like,
yeah, it was just I was like I took a sip so I can get ready and like get my mouth all ready to go, and it just went down the wrong pipe. Oh, good night, dude. But it went down the wrong pipe at the wrong time. And you were doing your introduction. I'm like, this is I'm gonna die. This is how I'm gonna die.
Hey, it's 12 a.m.
Hey,
it's birthday. All right, yay.
You are now 39 years old.
How's it feel to be 39?
Feels great, man. Just like 38.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but yeah. So I wanted to hang in there. I figured we might as well ring it in.
Right. I looked at the time. It was 58. I was like, I'll just try to like.
Yeah. Okay. Me and you were doing the same thing. I was like,
yeah. I was trying to hold on and like just speak, you know.
But yeah, before we just keep goofing on, because now we're just having a conversation.
All right.
But before we goof off anymore, yeah, guys, thank you both for coming on for this experimental improvisational podcast. I really do, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it. But yeah, guys, that was our thoughts on rewards in video games. We can really do another one of these if we felt like it, because it went in so many directions. But yeah, guys, thank you both for coming on here. I'm RoberOnocle. This was my best friend Mark and my pop. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
All right, later.